if you fail. Got the rest of them good, but you fail one. Yeah, you're done. That's gone. You don't want to fail a maneuver. So all of a sudden the guys were like, well, what's on the check ride? What are these new maneuvers? Well, they're in this book here. You need to know about this. Now all of a sudden the awareness, because now we're playing You Bet Your Ticket. Your maneuvers that we're doing at the airlines have to do with the maneuvers that we're making up that are not in the ATP PTS. It met with a lot of resistance. ALPA opposed it. Everybody opposed it. We can't make up stuff to give to these guys and make it pass, fail, and You Bet Your Ticket. Met with a lot of resistance, but then all of a sudden the heavens parted, and all of a sudden people said, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. This isn't that hard, and I would rather know how to deal with wind shear on takeoff. What is the recovery technique? What are we supposed to do? When do we configure? When do we change configurations? When's it okay to use firewall power? We don't know. Maybe we should know. So all these maneuvers, they built an entire new check ride thing, and they called it AQP, and they said, throw the PTS in the trash can. Here's your new deal for both initial and recurrent training. Here's what you got to do. What did it do? What was the result of that? Frickin' perfect. Fixed it. Delta Airlines actually has a maneuver. You know, we had a crew up in Nashville, Tennessee, ironically, praying a wingtip into a taxi pole during taxi-in because they didn't follow the yellow line. It was an unusual taxi. We now have a maneuver in the Delta AQP called the Nashville maneuver. And it's only taxiing, but you have to land at Nashville and taxi to the gate and not hit your wingtip. And is it pass-fail? Yes, it's pass-fail. You need to do this. So are guys studying? Yes. What's that done to our propensity to hit the wingtip on the light in Nashville? Eliminated it. Everybody knows about this. So now all the airlines, United, Delta, FedEx, I don't care, American, even American. Bringing up the rear. Even American has gone to AQP. Even NetJets announced last year they've gone to AQP. So my idea, the light bulb came on with me, said, you know what? Why don't we do AQP? What would be wrong with that? Well, we don't have any material. We don't have any maneuvers. So I set up these little tin buckets in my living room, and every time an airplane accident happened, a fatal, my phone rang, they tell me who it was, who died, how they died, and I'd study it, and I'd figure it out, and I'd say, aha, here's what this guy did. This is number 11, and I put it in bucket number 11. And every month, how many fatal accidents in general aviation do we have every month right now? Anybody know?
19, 20.
Average is about 18 to 19 annually fatal general aviation accidents per month. Out of those, every one of them, almost every one, is plainly obvious what the guy did. He was either buzzing, he got slow in the pattern, he did something. So every time one of these happened, I look at it, study it for a couple days. I make a little index card because I'm not very computerized. I'm not good with electronics at all. And I write it on the index card, and I take it and I drop it in the appropriate bucket. Well, here's an index card. I'm going to put this in bucket number 4, right there. Now, after a while, my family's tired of all these buckets in my house and these index cards everywhere. But at the end of the year, I got to look and see which bucket has the most index cards. So there's several buckets with a lot of index cards. There's all the buckets have at least 2 or 3 cards, but then there's a couple buckets that have quite a few cards. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if we just got this information out there to the guys? Here's a couple common buckets that we're dying over every day. Every day we're doing the same thing over and over again. My problem with the NTSB is, number 1, they take way too long, and number 2, they never tell you what the real deal is. So I ended up doing all this stuff with all these other YouTubers. I am not a YouTuber, at least I didn't used to be. I didn't want to be, but I did all this stuff with all these other YouTubers going on their channels and visiting them and flying those airplanes. Did you ever see the thing I did with Flight Chops? Anybody ever see that one? Or all the series I did with Aviation 101? Juan Brown, there's probably 16 different aviation